Hello, my dear students of new fourth year. A very good afternoon to all and welcome to my class. Today, I am going to discuss your fourth year syllabus. As you did not get a class in fourth year, so I think we should know the syllabus first. If you have any queries, you can let me know by commenting or messaging me. Okay, let's start our today's class formally. This class is for Department of English, Year 4 topic, detailed syllabus. And you know me, I'm Mohammad Masood Mia, lecturer in English, Nobigans College, Nobigans. This is my picture. Then let's start. The first course is 19th century novel. In this course, there are 4 novels of 19th century. The first one is Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen. In this novel, the writer portrayed the real picture of the then society. The second one is A Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens. It is a historical novel set in London and Paris before and during the French Revolution. The next one is Jane Eyre, written by Charlotte Bronte. Jane Eyre is the heroine of the novel who follows the experience of her growth to adulthood and her love for Mr. Rochester. The last one is Tess of the D'Urbervilles, written by Thomas Hardy. Tess, a pure woman faithfully portrayed in the novel. The next course is 20th century poetry or modern poetry. We can also say it a modern poetry. In this paper, there are selections of poems by 4 poets. First one is W.B. Yeats, that means William Butler Yeats. He was an Irish poet and one of the prominent figures of 20th century literature. His selections of poems are The Lake Isles of Innisfree, Easter 1916, The Second Coming, Sailing to Byzantium. The next one is T.S. Eliot. He was a poet, essayist, publisher, playwright, literary critic and editor. Among his selection, the Love Song of J. Alfred Foucault and the Wasteland. The Wasteland is the representative poem of modern poetry. Next one is Dylan Thomas. His poem in October is in your syllabus. He was a Welsh poet and writer. The last one is Sylvia Plath. She was an American poet, novelist and short story writer. Her poems Morning Song, Wars, The Rival, Crossing the Water are in your syllabus. The next course is modern drama or the 20th century drama. In this course of modern drama, there are 4 dramas by 4 different dramatists. Among them, first one is Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, who was an Irish poet and playwright. Second one is Waiting for Godot, written by Samuel Beckett, who was an Irish novelist, playwright, short story writer, theatre director, poet and literary translator. He wrote both in French and English. Next one is The Caretaker, written by Harold Pinter. He was a British playwright, screenwriter, director and actor. A Nobel Prize winner, Pinter was one of the most influential modern dramatists. Last one is Look Back in Anger, written by John Osborne, who was an English dramatist, screenwriter, and actor. He was mainly known for his extreme critical stance against the established social and political system. Next course is 20th century novel or modern novel. This course includes 5 novels by 5 different novelists. First one is Heart of Darkness, written by Joseph Conrad. He was a Polish-British writer regarded as one of the greatest novelists to write in English language. The second one is A Passage to India, written by Edward Morgan Forster, who was an English novelist, short story writer, and essayist. Many of his novels examines class difference and hypocrisy. Next one is To the Lighthouse. To the Lighthouse, written by Virginia Woolf, who was an English writer regarded was one of the most prominent modernist 20th century authors and also a pioneer in the use of stream of consciousness as a narrative device. Next one is Sons and Lovers, written by D.H. Lawrence, who was an English writer and poet. His novels represent the dehumanizing effects of modernity and industrialization. Last one is The Grass is Singing, written by Doris Lessing, who was a British novelist. She got Nobel Prize in Literature in 2007. The next course is American Poetry. In this paper or in this course, there are some selections of poems by 4 American poets. First one is Emily Dickinson. Her selections of poems: Wild Nights and Wild Nights, I Felt a Funeral in My Brain, I Tasted Liquor are in your syllabus. The second one is Walt Whitman. His poems When Lilacs Last at My Dooryard Bloomed, Oh Captain, My Captain, these 2 poems are in your syllabus. Third one is Robert Frost, a well-known poet. His poems After Apple Picking, The Birches, Mending Wall, The Death of the Hired Man, The Road Not Taken, Acquainted with the Night, Tree at My Window. These poems are in your syllabus. The last one is Langston Hughes. His poems The Negro Speaks of the Rivers, I Too Sing America, The Weary Blues, Harlem. These poems are included in your syllabus. The poems of these writers are read by you in your first year and second year. Therefore, you know them well. Let's go for next course. The name of the next course is American Literature, Fiction and Drama. This course includes a short story, a play, and 3 novels. The first one, Young Goodman Brown, is a short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne, an American novelist and short story writer. Next, The Hair Ape is a play written by Eugene O'Neill, an American playwright and Nobel laureate in literature. The third one is The Sun Also Rises. The Sun Also Rises is written by Ernest Hemingway. It's a novel. The fourth one is Seize the Day, written by Saul Bellow. It's a novel. Last one is Beloved, a novel by Toni Morrison, who was an American novelist, essayist, book editor, and college professor. Next course is Classics in Translation. Classics in Translation. This course includes the translated versions of classical literary pieces of Greek and Roman. In this paper, first one is Iliad, an epic by Homer. Next one is Agamemnon, a tragic drama by Aeschylus. Next one is Medea, is also a tragedy by Euripides. Next one is The Frogs, is a comedy written by Greek playwright Aristophanes. Last one is Phaedra, a Roman tragedy with Greek subject written by Seneca. Number 8, course Literary Criticism from Victorian to Modern Age. In this course, there is the study of poetry by Matthew Arnold. Next, the metaphysical poets by T.S. Eliot. Third one is Introduction to Culture and Imperialism written by Edward Said. And last one is The Rise of English by Terry Eagleton, who was a British literary theorist, critic and public intellectuals. Actually, this course is the last part of the course that you studied in your third year. Next course is Continental Literature or Approaches and Methods of Language Teaching. Among these two courses, we will study the second one. That means you need not study the course Continental Literature. But you can study by yourself if you know about world literature. Among this course, Continental Literature includes these pieces of literature: Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, Albert Camus' The Outsider, Bertolt Brecht, Mother Courage and Her Children, A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen, Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. And the last course is your Bibabosi. The Bibabosi will be held at the end of your final examination for 100 marks. That's all about your syllabus. I think you understand your syllabus. Now I would suggest you collect the textbooks and start reading. If you cannot collect the hard copies, at least you can download soft copies from internet. Try to use the lockdown time properly. You know that after this pandemic, there will be less time for preparing yourself to set for final exam. Therefore, utilize your time properly. That's all for today. Thank you all and take care.